Hello everybody, I'm Thomas and welcome to the fourth video of this series in which I will be playing through the Hadrian's Wall solo campaign. Today I will be reattempting fort number 2, Pons Aelius. In the description it reads, Pons Aelius was sited here to guard the river crossing. The bridge is the only one known to be named after an emperor outside of Rome. There are no fort rules. Under the fort goals, I must build a large road and score 70 plus VP. And for the additional challenge, if I have no disdain at the end, I get an additional 2 resources, which is pretty nice. With that out of the way, let's just hop into year 1. Year number 1, let's see what fate card I get for resources. Cool. Then I will grab the 2 neutral cards, set them over here. So see what things I have to work with. And then for my 2 cards, I have Vanguard for completed wall sections or the Engineer for large buildings. Both are pretty good. I might go for the Engineer just because I need to go for the road anyway, which is a large building. I like building the precinct, the gardens. But at the same time, wall guard section might be a bit easier to complete. I'll go for the large buildings. We'll see how that goes. I'll put this off to the side for the additional stuff, and then I get an extra builder and civilian because of that. And then on my board, I get an extra resource. We are on our way. So first I'm gonna build out the fort a little bit. Go there. And then I'll go ahead and spend a resource to build out the wall. In doing so, I will get a civilian. Go ahead and build out the wall a bit more, because like, why not? The fort, because it's gonna need built out at some point. Now go ahead and send at least one guard out onto the, one soldier out onto the wall guard to get a cohort. I'll start in the center. I have a good feeling about the center. So I'll spend a civilian to go down this track, get me a builder. I'll spend a civilian to go down the priest track and get me a servant, and then one more civilian up here to get me another servant. I still have one civilian left. I could go down here to get a stone brick, or there to get a builder, or just progress down another track for whatever else, but I don't know. So I think I'll go ahead and send this soldier out onto the wall guard and fill in some discipline. Then I'll spend that builder to go out on the fort, fill that in a bit more. 2 resources, so I'll go ahead and spend those on the wall, which I can do, and then I'll get a civilian because of that. So this seems like a good idea to spend a civilian to go down the performers track to get a builder, and then I will use that builder on the fort to get me a civilian back. Love when that happens, that circle life type stuff. So I think then it would make the most sense for me to spend a civilian to go out on the bottom track to get a resource, and then I'll go ahead and spend that resource immediately on the wall here to get some renown and another cohort filled in. So I'm gonna go with the right one. Normally, I go left to right with cohorts. The only reason I skipped left this time is because that's what my fate card was. And even though it's a small chance, I'm gonna work with whatever info I can get. So that's why I did that. I'll go ahead and spend these 3 servants and just do some mining and foresting. One there. That'll get me some resource production and a resource. And then one more just as an empty space. So I'll spend this last civilian. I could really just go down any track. I was thinking either traders, priests, or maybe this one. Probably I'll go traders. I always like going down the trader track. And then I have one last resource, which I can just spend on the sippy. Doesn't really get me anything, but hey, it helps a little bit. So it's something, I guess. This year, only one pick is attacking. I have one cohort here and here, so as long as it's not to the left, I should be okay. Come on. Okay, well, they broke through. Not a good start to the first year, but what are you gonna do? So the neutral cards, we'll throw away, grab 2 new ones, grab a new fate card to see what my resources are. Cool. So I got my resources. I will get rid of my old objective card and grab 2 new ones. So I got Pontiff, which is fulfilled temples, or Aristocrat, which is Fion Disdain. Yeah, I'm definitely go for Aristocrat because that is my optional objective, is having no disdain. So I'm going to be trying to do that anyway. With this, I get 2 extra servants. And then this goes over here. And then on my board, I get 2 extra resources, and that's it. On to year 2. So I really want to build the small hotel. I like the hotels, the workshops. I'm going to have to build the road at some point, and I don't have enough infrastructure level yet. So I think I will build the hotel, which costs me a builder, a servant, and a resource to do so. I can fill that in, and that will get me a civilian, which then I will go ahead and spend up here on the trader's track to get me a builder. And then that builder I will spend to build the granary down here, which I have to use a servant along with another resource to do so. But hey, that granary is helpful, so that kind of needed done. I will spend a soldier to go out on the wall guard to fill in a cohort. I mean, I guess I'll fill in the left one, even though I don't think they're going to strike there again, but who knows? These picks are unpredictable. So then I'll spend this soldier to build out the fort a little bit more, mainly so I can spend these last 2 resources on the sippy here, and then a bit more on the wall, and that does get me a civilian back. I think since I'm at 3 on the trader's track, it seems like I should spend a servant and a civilian to build the small precinct. Gets me some piety, along with a resource production and a resource. Pretty handy. Scribble that out. Let's see what else I can do. Okay, so there's not too much I can do on this last round. There are a couple things I could do, but I think I'm just gonna go for filling in a bunch of blank spaces, I guess. So spent the servant to go up there. That civilian, I will go down this track a bit more. And then unfortunately, my last resource has to be wasted because I don't have anything I can do with it. But that's how it goes sometimes. 2 picks are attacking this year. I have only 1 spot at each side, so this should be not good. Maybe, we'll see. First one's to the right, so as long as they don't hit to the right again, I'll be all right. Center, we're good. Okay, thank goodness. Can catch a break with these damn picks. So because of that, I do get 2 Valor, which is something. And we will be moving on to year 3. New neutral cards there. See what resources I get here. Cool. Got my resources, and then I will see what my options for cards are. So Merchant for getting collected goods, or Ranger for completed scout comms. Personally, I'm not fond of either of these. The collected goods, maybe, since I'm already going down the market a bit. Scout columns could help me get some more stuff, like resources or servants. So could that. That's a way to spend them. That would give me more renown. I don't know. It seems like really not two great options here. I think I'll go with collected goods though, just because I'm already going down the market track a bit. So then this Ranger card, I get an extra soldier from, and that will go over here. It's an additional thing I can use, and then I get 3 resources and 1 civilian. Boom. On to year 3. So I think I'm gonna first spend 3 resources, because I'm at this point now that I could build the small workshop here. Cross that out and get me another builder, which then I'll just immediately use to work on the fort a bit. And that will get me a civilian. So I'll spend 1 civilian to go down this track a little bit and get me a soldier. I will then spend another one to go down the priest. I'll actually spend 2. I'll spend 2 and go down the priest track twice. And that will get me a servant. Then I think I will send some of these soldiers out on the wall guard. I'll send all of them out, actually. You know what? Screw it. So do that, and that'll get me a bit of discipline. And then last one. So I could place another garrison. I'll do right this time. Seems like a good option. I still have lots of builders, which is cool, so I'll go ahead and spend one to build out the fort a bit more. Gets me some discipline, which, hey, gets me another builder. Go ahead and spend it just so I can build out the fort some more, getting me another civilian, which is always handy. So I think what I'll do is I'll spend this civilian to go down the priest track a little bit, and that'll get me some piety. I then have enough, so I will spend a servant, a builder, and a resource to build the small gardens over here. So that'll bump up my piety by 1, getting me a servant. Then what else do I bump up? The trader's track. Done. Performer's track. Done. And priest track. Mega done. Getting another servant, and I will cross off the small gardens. Small gardens is pretty nice. I like it a lot. The large gardens, I mean, I need to build large buildings anyway, so I will definitely build it at some point. I think last game I was gonna build it, and then it was like I got into a point where just like all the tracks it wasn't helpful on. It was pretty late in the game, I think, so I'm gonna try to get to that a bit sooner. I also think last couple games, like I didn't build the courthouse at all, and courthouse is pretty nice, so I think that's one thing I'm also gonna really try to build here soon. But I also, like, I can't forget about the road. Like, I kind of have to build the small road so I can build the large road. So yeah, I still have lots of stuff I want to do. So first I'll spend a servant to go mining and foraging. That'll get me another resource production along with another resource. Okay, so I'll spend these 2 servants just to go mining and foraging a bit more. Won't actually get me anything, but what are you gonna do? Cross that box off a bit more. I will spend this builder to go a bit more out on the fort, and then I will spend a resource to build out the city a bit, getting me another garrison. I'll just go for the center one, and then my last resource I'll go ahead and I'll spend on the wall here. See, the one thing I was kind of considering there with that last few resources I had was there was a couple of things I could have done. So like I did what I did. The other things I was considering was like I was 1 away from building the road. I was 1 builder shy, which sucks. I could have built the baths. I could have also built the market, but I don't know. The thing I was going back and forth in my mind is like those 2 things I need to build. I mean, the market, I need to start getting goods soon. I maybe should have done that because I'm gonna be going into year 4 with no goods yet, so I'm not gonna be able to get max VP for that. I don't think. We'll see. The market, I'm not too great on how it works, but yeah, the baths I was gonna build, but it's like I'd rather, I think, invest my resources trying to get more stuff for later turns and then come back to that stuff when it's like not as important. Like hopefully whatever I'm doing now will kind of snowball, so later on it'll be more value, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of the thought that was going in my head because I had enough resources to build the baths or the market, but I'm trying to, I don't know, just do stuff over here in the hopes that maybe if I push some of this stuff off till later, then I'll be okay. Or maybe that thinking is completely backwards. That's why I keep getting my ass kicked on this fort. But you know what? Let's see. This is year 4. Year 3 with 4 picks attacking. Boy, oh boy. We'll see what happens here. I got 2, 2, and 1. I'm not feeling confident here. This is center. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. To the right, and just don't be to the right again. It's to the left. Hey, I survived. Cool. So with that, I get 2 Valor, which is always helpful. And that will give me another soldier. Cool. Then we're gonna be going into year 4. So I'll get rid of these, get rid of the neutral cards, throw some new ones over here, get rid of my card. We'll see what the fate card is first. So these are the resources I'll be getting. So got my resources. Now we'll see what my cards are. So either the Forager for resource production or Planner for completed citizen tracks. Yeah, completed citizen tracks I feel is a lot harder than the resource production. But I don't know, I'm already halfway down some of these tracks. My resource production isn't looking too hot. So I feel like maybe I really couldn't go wrong with either of these. But I will probably go for the forager, just because that's maybe a bit easier. I guess we'll see. So with this, I get an additional servant and a civilian. And then, oh, that could just set right there. And then, stuff on my board. So I get 4 resources, which is nice because my fate card gave me none, which was kind of annoying. And then I also get a civilian and a builder because of my hotel and my small workshop. So my buildings are already paying off. And then we're on to year 4. So I think now that I have the stuff to do it, I should at least build the small road. So I'll go ahead and spend the 2 servants, a builder, and a resource to do so. I will cross out the small road here. I can either go up on the piety track or the discipline. I'll go up on piety because discipline I always have a lot of. So piety I think is always one of my lowest. So I'll try to help that one out a bit. Though I desperately want to build out the wall some, I think I really do need to build that market first. So I will spend a builder, a servant, and 2 resources to build the market. That'll get me some renown. And then I will spend a civilian to go down the trader's track and get me a resource. I will spend this servant to do some mining and foresting. That'll get me some resource production and another resource. Always nice. I will send the 3 soldiers I got here out to the wall guard. So that's 1, 2, get some discipline and another cohort to cross off. So go with the left one. That puts me at 2 at each, which is just not bad. Go ahead and spend this builder to build out the fort a bit more, and in doing so, that will get me another civilian. Well, now that the market is actually built, I should probably take advantage of it. So I will spend a resource and place it on this to buy item number 2. And in doing so, that does get me some renown, and that does get me another civilian. I'll go ahead and spend 1 resource before I forget over here on the wall to get a cohort to fill in. Really could go anywhere at this point. I'll probably go with the right. And that'll get me some discipline. So I'll spend a civilian to go down this track, get me some discipline, and that discipline will get me a builder, which I will go ahead and just use on the fort up here. So I'll spend this resource to fill in the sippy a bit more. In doing so, I'll get another civilian. At this point, I could spend a civilian to go up the performer's track, and that would get me a servant. Then I'll go ahead and... maybe not. No, I think I will. So I'll spend a civilian to go up the trader's track a bit more, getting me to 6, and then I'll go ahead and spend the 2 civilians and a servant to go build the medium precinct, which will get me some more discipline, and get me some resource production, and it'll get me another resource, which then I'll go ahead and use over here on the wall. That'll get me some renown, I'll fill that in, and that's it for year 4. There are going to be 6 picks attacking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 2, 2, and 3. So I think I'm sitting pretty good, but we'll see. They would have to attack pretty much evenly for me to take no damage. So that's not great, but we'll see. So center. Right. Right. Okay. Right. So they just can't hit right again. They maxed out their hits over there. Center. This is good. If they just go left. With this last card, there's 1 left. Please be left. Damn it, it's center. Well, that went better than I kind of thought. So 1 broke through, but I still do get 2 Valor. I do get a Disdain, but because of the Valor, I do get a soldier, so that's something. Now we go into year 5. Wait, before I move on, I just now noticed another pick was actually supposed to attack because of the stone over here. So I'll spend that and see what it is. It was another center. So I have one less Valor. I actually shouldn't have gotten that soldier. I will take it back. Oops. My bad. Oh, does that mean I get another disdain? Oh, no. I'm up to 3 disdain now. Oh, I mean, I'm glad I noticed that, but that just made things worse. So I'll get some new neutral cards and see what kind of resources I get from the fate card. So pretty good spread of resources there. And I'll get rid of my old card and see which ones I have next. So trainer to get total gladiator strength, or fighter for completed cohorts. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the gladiator. Maybe that's why I'm losing, because I don't do the gladiator, but no, I don't. I'm not a fan, so I'll just go for the completed cohorts. And this will give me an extra servant and an extra resource, which is always handy to have. And then because of my board, I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 resources. And then I also get a civilian because of my hotel, and a builder because of my workshop. And then I have the small road, so I can go up any track 1. I goofed on my Valor, so I'll go ahead and fix that. And plus it'll give me a soldier anyway, so that'll be kind of nice. On to year 5. See what I can do. Let's take a gamble. Yeah, I'm gonna build the courthouse first. So that costs me 2 servants, a builder, and whoops, two resources. That builds me the courthouse, which gets me some renown over here. And then I can finally use the courthouse, which I will do. So I can use this box because I can only use 1 ruling per column per year. So I'll do that. That just gets me an extra servant. I could trade in a builder to get 2 servants, which I will probably do because I'm a little short on servants. So first I'll spend a civilian to go up this track a bit more, and that gets me another builder, which then I'll go ahead and use on the courthouse on this top row, year 5, and that gets me 2 servants, 2 servants in return. Then I will go ahead and spend those 2 servants along with a builder and 2 resources to build the baths. Gets me a renown, which gets me another civilian. The baths will be handy to start, I guess, covering my tracks mainly. So I'll spend 1 renown. Let's see, I can only do 2 bribes per year. So what is this, year 5? So I'll go ahead and bribe twice to get rid of at least 2 disdain. As long as I don't take 1 more, I'll have to bribe some next year, and I might be okay. So I'll spend a builder, a servant, and 2 resources to build the large granary over here. And then I'll go ahead and spend these 2 soldiers out on the wall guard. Boom. More discipline. Spend this builder on the fort, and that'll get me a civilian back. I'll spend the civilian to go down the trader's track. That gets me a builder, which I'll go ahead and use on the fort. Mainly because I want to spend this resource on the sippy, which I can now finally do, and get me another cohort somewhere. I guess I'll go center. And it gets me some discipline, which gives me another builder. Cool. Yeah, I'll spend that builder just because it definitely gives me a cohort and some discipline. So I'll fill in the left cohort, which actually gets me some more discipline. Then I have 2 civilians left over to do something with. So I'll spend both of these civilians to go down this bottom track here. And that'll get me another soldier. And I'll go ahead and spend that soldier up here on the wall guard. I'll fill in the left some more. I feel like they've broken through on the left side a lot. So who knows, they seem to be pretty random. And I have 8 attacking this year. That should be fun. So I got 4, 3, and 3 with 8 attacking. Let's see how this goes. So first, center. We got left, right. Okay, even spread. Love to see that. Right. Right again. So that's Already maxed out on the right, so if they hit again, not gonna be sitting good. Center, okay. Left, okay, there's one left. As long as it's not right, I think I'll be okay. It's center. I survived. It's a miracle. It honestly is. And because of that, I will get 3 Valor, which is enough to get me a soldier. So that's something. Go ahead and cross that out. I didn't take any more disdain, which is nice. I don't have to bribe as many people in the baths in this last year. And yeah, I'm going into year 6. Get rid of the neutral cards, bring out the last 2. Then I will see what kind of resources I get with my fate card here. So, pretty good amount of resources. Let's see what my final card will be. So either Defender to complete the wall sections, which my wall is not looking good, so maybe not. Or Constructed Landmarks. Also probably not that. I guess wall sections, because I just have a better shot of doing that than the landmarks. The landmarks gives me 2 extra resources. This is something. Whoops, that goes not over there, it goes over here if I want to use that shape in my formation. And then I get an extra civilian from the hotel builder because of my workshop. Whoops, just threw him across the mat. And then I get 1 influence point down here. Probably just go with the builder, or get some discipline, just because then I can get a builder, because why not? And we are going into the final year. Not feeling super confident, if I'm being honest. I've already taken a decent amount of disdain. Not super far down on these tracks. Don't have a lot of resources. My quest cards, I feel like I'm not going to be able to complete as many as I want in this final year. Especially because like wall sections, that's not getting done. Cohorts, that's not getting done. Resources, not even close. Collected goods, not even close. Final disdain, maybe. That's the one I could probably get full on. And then large buildings. I still need to build a large road. So first, I'm going to use the courthouse. And because I'm already level 5 on that track. So it's year 6, I can get a servant from that. I also just realized real quick, when I built this large granary, I don't think I gave myself renown for doing that. So I'll just retroactively do that. It doesn't change too much now. But yeah, I'm really trying to think because I want to send like these soldiers out on the guard here. But the issue is I need to get to level 8 infrastructure level, so there, to build the large road, which I kind of have to do. So really trying to think of like how I want to balance what I got. I think what I have to do is spend a soldier down here on the fort, and then spend these 2 builders also on the fort. That'll at least get me a civilian back to do something with later. And now that I'm level 8, I can spend the 2 resources along with the 2 servants and the builder to build out the large road. Fill that in. I can either get renown or valor. I don't know. I'll get some renown, I guess. And then I have stuff left, which is cool. There's a lot I still need to do. For one, I need to spend my last 2 resources in the baths, paying off people to fill in this last disdain. How am I so low on resources? It's a little shocking that I kind of dropped the ball on this, I guess. So I have these 2 soldiers left. I don't really know what I want to do with them. Got a ton of civilians, which is cool. So I'll go ahead and spend 1 civilian. Go down the trader's track, which gets me some renown, which gets me a civilian back. Circle life. Okay. So I'll spend a civilian on the trader's track, and that'll get me a resource, which then I'll go ahead and spend on the wall to get me a civilian back. So I'll spend 2 civilians to go down this track some. And then it'll get me discipline and another soldier. And then I'll go ahead and spend that soldier along with these 2 to fill in 3 spots up here. So 1, 2, gets me some discipline, and 3 allows me to fill in another cohort. I will go for that center one. And then I still have 2 civilians left. there's not much I could do with these last civilians. I mean, there is and there isn't. Like, I can basically go up any of these tracks, well, any of these three, like twice. But it doesn't really do me much, to be honest. And like, I haven't used a forum at all over here, but I don't really think I need to. Like, there's nothing better that these could be. If they were a servant, no. Soldier, no. Builder, not really. Like the builder, yeah, no. Because I was like, oh, I could go down like this track once. That'll give me some discipline. I could put a builder there. Okay, so I can at least do this. So I'll spend a servant to go down the discipline track. And doing so will get me a builder. And then I will spend that builder on the fort to get me a civilian back. So I think I'll spend my last two just to go up these tracks some. I'll go up Renown and the Piety. There we go, and there's that. And that's the end of year 6. 10 picks are gonna be attacking. So final year, 10 picks attacking. I got 4, 4, and 3. So we'll see. We'll see if that's gonna hold up or not. Got left, left, left. Okay, right, right, left. Okay, no more can hit left. Center. Okay. Left, center, and left again. So what was it? 2, 4, 6. So 2 broke through. So that's 2 disdain I'm gonna be taking on the final year. So let's add up the final score then. So I have 10 points from Renown. I have 5 from Piety, 9 from Valor, and 15 from Discipline. As far as my path cards up here, I'm not feeling too good. I only got 6 points from the path cards up there. And then since I did have some disdain, I am also taking -3 points. That's just adding insult to injury. I don't even know if I want to add this up. I'm sure it's not going to be above 70, but let's check. 10 plus 5 plus 9 plus 15 plus 6 minus 3, 42. Yeah, it's not great. It's another loss. I needed 70 plus, and I got 42. But yeah, that's another loss. I thought it would be 3rd time's the charm. Not this fort, I guess. Let me know in the comments if you want me to keep recording all of my attempts, or should I just beat it off screen and show you what I did on the next fort, or should I record every attempt but only upload the attempt I actually went on? I could do either of those. I think tentatively I'm just gonna keep recording every attempt, and hopefully this one won't take me too many more. But hey, I mean, it takes what it takes to get through these forts, and I don't know, this was definitely my worst one yet. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. I'll be back next week attempting this fort again, so subscribe if you want to catch that, and click up there in the corner if you want to see some of my recent live streams.